Guys, welcome to another video. And as usual, before I get started, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe if you're new to this content. And to my current subscribers, I appreciate you guys more. Let's just get right to the video. The Bitcoin price roughly was 61,000. Ethereum's around at 3,009. Now, taking a look at the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum, knowing very well that the Hong Kong market is now having it possible for you to get access to spot ETF for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Was it hype? Did it meet the expectations? We're going to now take a look and see what's going on. Now, so the volume on day one here in the United States was roughly about 87 million in volume. We do understand that the market is a lot more open compared to the locals in China. And the market for China is mostly geared towards the institutional investors. So their volume was roughly about 12 million. Not bad. We know they've been warning us on what the volume is going to look like. Based on the investment company, the biggest winner right now is actually the China Asset Management Company, roughly with 4.6 million in volume. Coming second is roughly with Becerra had a volume of 249,000 spot ETF purchases on Bitcoin, and then a meager 99,000 for Ethereum. You guys do know I'm a big advocate for Ethereum, even though I hold 1.5 Bitcoin, and I'm actually proud to say it because it was a good move. And I'm building my bag as pertains to Ethereum. It's not big enough, but it's big, well, but I still need more. Now, this brings forth something that we actually need to look at. Now, we know what's going on here in the United States, and we're going to address that in a minute. But let's just give this roughly about a month, and then take a look to see what's going on. Now, there's a little bit of a bearish sentiment. A lot of people are saying that Bitcoin price actually is going to really fall around the 59,000 roughly before this week is out, because there's a lot of outflows going with Grayscale, and simply they're actually going to be reducing their amount because they may have actually underestimated the power of BlackRock. As they sell, BlackRock is actually buying more. And in addition is that their rates are actually too high. Maybe if they go ahead and readjust the fees that they're offering, and I'm not sure how easy that will be, but they can most likely just do an addendum to go ahead and make it even more competitive for investors to not actually go through BlackRock. But they're actually selling off. Hey, they're selling off at a profit, but at the same time, it's actually hurting the market. There's a lot of data that's actually online where you can actually see what Grayscale is actually doing. And again, buy low, sell high. And they are actually in the win column. And if BlackRock want to be the top dog and actually going to go ahead and be the company, and as well as Fidelity, JP Morgan, and ARK Investment, hey, they're going to go ahead and own it. Now, let's talk about what's going on with Ethereum right now. Is that the Consensys team, we know they're suing the SEC, okay? And we know that Ethereum Foundation received what is known as a Waltz notice. But it's been reported that the SEC have actually been looking into suing the Ethereum Foundation and the Consensys team for over a year. Now, we all know that Gary Gensler worked at MIT as an economics professor as well as management from, I think it was up to either 2021. And at that time, he went on record stating that Ethereum is actually a commodity, okay, as well as Bitcoin. This is when around the same time, that information surfaced when he actually was going after Ripple, and Ripple won that case. So now the situation also surfaced. We hear what he's saying in reference to Coinbase, as well as all the other exchanges that he's going after. He wanted them to remove everything else except Bitcoin and Ethereum. But once he actually started to go towards the Senate committee, and they were forcing him to actually give them a good, valid reason why, at the time, before Bitcoin actually became a spot ETF here in the United States, why would he not approve Bitcoin to be a spot ETF? And then they did ask in reference to Ethereum being a commodity as well, but he did shy away from that because I went back and I watched that information. Gary Gensler was basically to the point where he did not have an answer as to why. Even the court agreed that he didn't have an answer. So for lack of a better word, he had to go ahead and approve a spot ETF for Bitcoin. But around that time, the reason he did not, what is being said in reports, didn't want to talk about a pending case of why he did not want to say that Ethereum was no longer a commodity, was for the main fact that the proof of stake chain that Ethereum was actually moving from. And for those of you that don't know, Vitalik mentioned that the proof of work was actually a staging platform for the proof of stake. So it was just there to keep things going. Meanwhile, the developers from the Consensys team go ahead and build a platform and fine-tune things. And the whole reason why we all know for the proof of stake is that it gives the L2 platform and all the developers and those that are built on that chain to offer lower fees. But the SEC didn't look at it as that. They look at it as a problem and lean more towards a security. For the main reason why is that they're rewarding people that were staking on that staking platform, and all of that actually resembles the whole format of a security. And this is the reason why Gary Gensler is now doing this situation that, if you guys were still on proof of work, we're not rewarding tokens for people that are actually staking, then we would have definitely classified you as a commodity. So this is the whole angle that's happening right now. It's not as defined, but this is the issue that he is running into and why he's classifying Ethereum as a security. It looks very, very similar to what's happening in the stock market. But at the end of the day, this is digital currency. Yes, we know Bitcoin didn't make any adjustment because, Satoshi Nakamoto is non-existent at this given time. We don't know if he's dead or alive. But these are the things that is actually causing a little bit of a situation here in the United States for allowing an approval for a spot ETF here in the United States for Ethereum. And again, it's actually affecting the growth of Ethereum from a financial standpoint, where a lot of the investors on the BlackRock clientele list, they not only just want Bitcoin, they want Ethereum. And you see all of the applications are in. And if Gary Gensler, who has a deadline date to actually say if it's a security or not on June 11th, we know he pushed it, we will see what he says. But this is the fight. But now, the reason why they're delaying the case is that they want to have more and more information to do research. Now, we do understand that the Consensys team actually went ahead and submit a lawsuit to the SEC and say, hey, there's no reason here, no data. This is basically the same platform that we're actually operating. We pretty much are just trying to make it even more flexible for lower fees and all those different things. And hey, if Bitcoin had development team actually developing the same platform, who knows? Maybe they would have done the same thing as well. And would it be too late? Another example is that what if they did not go to a proof of stake and they went in and became a spot ETF as a proof of work, and then they went ahead and switch it? Would he then disqualify them from being a spot ETF? So those are things that I was actually thinking about. But if you like what I'm saying, guys, go ahead, like, share, subscribe. But this is what's happening. We will have to wait and see. I'm going to definitely take a look at what's happening with the spot ETF again in the Hong Kong market. I'll take a look at it from a week-to-week standpoint and just look at the data that I'm going to show here in reference to what's happening on the Hong Kong market of the amount of purchases. But hey, this is just day one. Let's see how the rest of it turn out. So until I see you guys again, you guys have a wonderful day. And good.